I'm a Georgia Bulldog till I die. Red and black running deep inside. Got that pride, you can see it in my eyes. Stand tall, yeah, we working through the night. G-A, that's right.
Welcome back to the Doghouse Monday Night Live Talk Show. Y'all already know I'm your host, Major. And if you don't know, this is the Doghouse. And when you're walking off in the Doghouse, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel, man. And also share the channel out too. If it's somebody out there that's just riding along, you know, driving trucks or working in that warehouse, that hot, sweaty warehouse, you know what I mean? Share the live out. Give them something to vibe out to while they work, you know. So I got the tap in number in, so just in case anybody want to tap in and, you know, air their grievances, you know, because this is an all college football talk, you know what I mean? It's just not the dogs tonight. It's for everybody. You know, we had a lot of wins and a lot of losses this past weekend. You know, good thing for the Georgia Bulldogs, we were able to pull this big win off for us. We're still sitting at number 5 right now. And I feel like we did a pretty good job. But outside of that, man, like I said, if you got any grievances you want to air and you are tuning in and you are coming from another team, you can tap in, man, at 803-563-7193. Tap in and let me know how you felt about what happened with your team and why your team didn't get it right. Now, I'm going to pop it off with USC and Northwestern. So you got number 19. Number 19 USC. They beat Northwestern 38-17. Ohio State and Purdue 34-10. Number 2 Indiana, which that was a crazy game. I seriously thought Penn State would have pulled it off, but at the last couple of minutes, or a couple of seconds, I think, Indiana throws to the end zone, score a touchdown, 27-14. Crazy. I know that was a big deal for Penn State to lose that game. The way they lost it in the last couple of seconds, which is ridiculous in my opinion. But hey, man, it is what it is. You know, I know it's probably hard to be a Penn State fan at this point. Then you got number 3 Texas A&M and number 22 Mizzou. Texas A&M won 38-17. Then we got number 4 Alabama versus LSU, unranked LSU, 20-9. You know, then you got Ole Miss. Ole Miss wins against the Sentinel 49-0, which we already knew that was going to happen. Then we also knew that number 8 Texas Tech was going to beat BYU. Now, I didn't think that the score would be that far off, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. BYU couldn't seem to get it together on offense, and they held it down on defense, man, because it seemed like to me Texas Tech was a little stagnant for a little while in the early on in the game, but obviously they eventually pulled it off 29-17. Then you got number 9 Oregon. Yeah, man, Oregon, man, I don't know, man. I don't want to call Oregon a fluke or anything like that, but they went up against Iowa, number 20 Iowa, and they only won by a couple of points, man. I got somebody getting ready to call in. I don't know who this caller is, but I got somebody calling in now, and I'm going to go ahead and get into that. Hold on just a second, whoever. Hold on just a second. Put my headphones on so I can hear you. What's going on, man? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can definitely.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you, man. What's going on, man?
Nothing really. I watched some of the games this past weekend. Georgia beat a terrible Mississippi State team, but I mean, they were motivated for Miss Kim Porter or whatever her name was passing away, and I think I think what's his name? I think Nate Frazier heard the criticism, and I think he responded to all the people finally having the big game. But it was against a bad team, but he finally responded to a lot of the criticism people have been hearing about him. Some of them, because I know you're probably one of them that has been disagreeing with Nick Frazier playing bad because he has been playing bad.
Right.
So,
Well, I only disagree with a lot of people because with Georgia fans, a lot of times, they quick to write you off. And I knew that.
It's not that I'm quick to write him off. It's just he hasn't had a good game since the Clemson game of last year, and he really hasn't had a good game since then. It's been non-existent, and this was his best game since last year, and it was.
Well, here's the thing though. Nate Frazier was still leading, he was still the leading running back. We knew he was going to be RB1 coming into this season. We didn't know Chauncey Barnes was going to, be the type of guy that he turned out to be, which is a good thing for us. A lot of people, the reason why I said, Georgia fans are quick to write you off is because the minute that he doesn't be the type of running back we expect him to be, everybody push him to the side for Peanut and Chauncey Barnes.
I do have to say that was Mississippi State. I will have to say that was Mississippi State because next week you're playing Texas, and that's a whole different ball game.
Right, that's a whole different ball game, and I fully agree with you on the whole Mississippi State situation. But if you watch Nate Frazier in that game, he looks like he's hearing the talk. He looks like he came to play, like he was fired up. Every run, he seemed to be fired up.
If he can play like that in the Texas game with Chauncey Bowens together, it'll be a great dynamic. And then you got the receivers. And hopefully Lawson Lucky will be back from his concussion protocol. Oscar Delp was playing really good too. He was doing great. He was on a milk carton too.
Yeah, I mean, everybody did pretty good. Obviously, Mississippi State is not a very good team, obviously, but really, who is in the SEC? Like, to be honest with you, you see Alabama struggled. You know what I mean? They struggled with the last 3 games that they've played. So nobody's really dominating anybody this season. Like, as far as the SEC goes, nobody's really dominating like that. You see Florida went down to Kentucky, which was a crazy game, you know what I mean? So is at this point
they benched Lagway because people finally realized he's no good. He's been no good since last year, and it took people forever to realize he's just not a good quarterback. He throws interceptions, he fumbles the ball. He can only run the ball, and that's his only good quality, and that's it. He can't really do anything else.
Yeah, that's
good about him.
Right, and that was about it. And even their secondary, their backup quarterback, I don't feel that he really, did much he didn't do a difference. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't really keep up with Florida's I don't keep up with their team like that. But as far as what I've seen from that backup quarterback, he didn't make much of a difference either. But, who knows? Maybe he can help turn it around. They got a lot of stuff going on over there that they got to deal with. But what I'm more so surprised about is Alabama. What I'm concerned with is Alabama because Alabama don't look too good in my opinion. And they kind of, I'll just say this because I don't want to harp on Alabama because we're inconsistent also. So it's like I can't just say
we're inconsistent on the defense, and against quality teams we survive to win. So that's a problematic. So so we got problems too. When they got problems keeping games, like when they're supposed to win games by a mile. They survive. They survive too.
Yeah,
and they could say all they want about the Vandy game. They could have took a knee and just ended that game and be 14-21 and once they scored and made it 14-30 and it made it look like it was closer than what it was. So most of their games, except for the volunteer games, except for Tennessee game, really wasn't close.
Yeah, everything has been nail biters as far as their schedule goes.
They have no run game.
No, they don't have a run game, exactly, and that's the main problem. You got to have a run game, and without that, you know what I mean. I don't know how far they're gonna go. I think they'll still go, pretty far. They don't have any more losses on their schedule, but to have close losses like they did, you know what I mean? That was the concern for me because I'm like, wait a minute, they're struggling. Like they really are struggling. We haven't seen this before with Alabama, and I think we're gonna continue to see this with Alabama. To be honest with you, I think they got maybe one more year in them to be, to stay in games, but. for the most part, I think that Alabama is on their way out. To be honest, that's just my honest opinion.
And their kicker's terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
They've always had terrible kickers, except for the Riker kid when he was there last year and with Nick Saban. But I mean, the Riker guy was the best kicker they ever had, and before that guy, they've never had a great kicker, and they've always had a shitty kicker. And this kicker's terrible. He missed a field goal last week. He's missed a field goal in the Missouri game. He's missed a lot of field goals, and you need to be good in the playoffs if you want to win those tight games.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what side of the bracket you're going to be on, because you could beat Texas. You might be 3, and you got to play somebody.
Yeah, that's our biggest thing. We got to beat Texas.
You could lose to Texas A&M, or you could lose to Texas A&M, and then you could be 4 like they're projected you to be. Because Texas A&M is going to beat Alabama. I just see it happen.
Oh yeah, I believe so. Also,
the only bad thing I could say about A&M is they got too many penalties. That's the only bad thing I could say about them. They got a good offense. They got a great defense. Great offense, great defense, but they commit a lot of penalties.
Yeah, so
I've seen that in a lot of their games.
Once they clean that up, they'll be good. But I do believe that they will go down. I believe that Alabama will go down because you can't have this many nail biter games. That's what I call them, nail biter games. You can't have this many nail biter games and get too far. You know what I mean? So I believe that eventually it's going to happen. To be honest with you, I feel like Georgia. I feel like Georgia has a lot to worry about going up against Texas, and I think that Georgia
does have a lot to worry about. But I feel like they should win because. It's at home, and they have the crowd on their side. Not only that, Texas. You see how they've been winning lately.
Right.
The last win, they almost lost to Vandy. It would have been if Vandy had gotten the ball and recovered the ball on the onside kick. It would have been Vandy ball, and it would have been Vandy. They could have scored again.
Right.
And luckily, the ball went out of bounds. And they ended in a thriller, and Texas won the game with the ball going out.
Right.
So that was they let Vandy come back and win. Vandy lose. Then you got the week before that you had Mississippi State. That Mississippi State just fucking blew them out the water, and they had them beat. And then Mississippi State let them back in.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not. I think Texas is a good team, but I'm not impressed with how the matchup with Georgia is against us, because against us we can beat them. I think we can beat them not by like a blowout, but by a win, and necessarily in the fact of a matter of speaking. We can win how we've always been winning as of late. Like we might go down in the first half.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
Win. But I think we'll probably beat them in the second half, and they won't score enough.
Yeah, I could see us definitely struggling in the first half against Texas. Especially, really mainly just the defense. Obviously the offense struggles from time to time, but the biggest thing is the defense. Schumann is going to have to, and I can tell that Kirby Smart is hearing the talk also, because in his latest conference he spoke so highly on Schumann, even though it was a bad Mississippi State team. And I understand that he want to support his defensive coordinator, but at the end of the day,
that's a trend with Kirby. Whenever a coach or a player is doing real bad, he supports them all the way to the end.
That's
him.
It's typical, it's typical, because when we was getting on to Gunnar Stockton, it was the same thing. He come in and you start talking about great things that he's doing, and it's like, okay, but it's not great things showing up, game day. It's decent things showing up game day, but it's not great. So it's kind of confusing sometimes with Kirby in the press conferences.
Yeah. So, I mean, Glenn Schumann, I feel like we could get Jim Knowles or the guy from Michigan, the DC from Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
He would be they would be good picks, because I mean, if Michigan probably won't make the playoffs, but I think if they lose to Maryland or somebody, I do think I would think the DC would go because Shamar Moore gets fired and
Right.
leaves the opportunity for leaves the DC.
I feel as if we're gonna have to do something because we've been on a down spiral ever since Glenn Schumann took over. That's just from what I've researched, and
we've been on a down spiral ever since Will Muschamp left.
Yeah, ever since Muschamp left. Yep, ever since because and that's the problem. Like once I noticed it and really went back and did the research, I'm like, wait a minute, we are on a down spiral. Even though people don't want to admit it, but it is what it is. And I don't think Glenn Schumann can do it alone. I think, which he does have a co-defensive coordinator, obviously, but he needs somebody else that can help him out because we can't keep going on, even though he got the extension because he did get an extension also. But I believe, like my guy Mondo Black TV said, that, towards the end of this, once the season ends, they'll really make an assessment and really say if they're going to keep him on the roster, which I think, not the roster, but on the team, which I think they still will. Kirby Smart, for the most part, he keeps the guys that he have a relationship around no matter what, even when they were calling for Mike Bobo, which I think Bobo.
If you keep him, you better hire somebody good to be alongside him.
Yeah.
Like a Jim Knowles or the guy from Michigan. He slips my mind. He used to be the DC at the Ravens, and he used to coach at the New York Giants before going to the collegiate level. I can't remember his name. He's a heavy-set fella, curly hair, Jerry curl hair.
What's up, 225 girl? Yeah, go ahead. No, I was just speaking to somebody that just walked in the chat. What's up, 225 girl? Yeah, like I said, man, I think that he's definitely gonna need some help, coming into next season because we have so much talent, on both sides of the ball. We don't want to see this. We've already went through this, last year, so to go through it again this year to where we on the edge of our seats and we don't know what's gonna happen, and we, and like Armando Black TV said, I think he said it on one of his lives, like, I've never watched Georgia and felt like, it been on the edge of my seats when it came to the defense side of the ball. The offense be one thing. You'd be like, okay, yeah, because, we never really have a elite quarterback or whatever the case may be. But to see the defense give up so many yards and touchdowns and Daniel Harris, I'm so ready for him to decide whatever he's gonna do. Like he's horrible in my opinion. I think Ellis Robinson still got the job, so I don't know what's going on with that whole situation.
Ellis Robinson, the only thing I was impressed with Ellis Robinson was blocking the pass with the quarterback from Florida, DJ Lagway. That was it. That's the only thing that really impressed me. He really.
Well, he seemed like he's trying to learn and trying to build himself into the player that he should be.
But there's a reason why he's been on the team for like 2 or 3 years now and hasn't been starting. Right.
Same as Daniel Harris, because I think Daniel Harris if he's not a junior, he's a senior. So we just got to continue to recruit. That's just all. That's why Kirby always speak about recruiting.
Well, not just recruit. Use NIL and transfer portal.
Well, that's
what's available.
Well, that too. But if
I feel like we've been. I mean, I didn't like Noah Thomas, but he's coming around, and I think he's getting better.
Right.
I feel like we need to start going ahead using the portal and NIL
definitely
on the defensive side of the ball.
That's probably going to be the biggest thing.
We should have paid the kid from Mizzou that left from Georgia that's at Mizzou now. He had like 6-7 sacks on the season last I remember. Thomas something, I can't remember his name. He left Georgia because they didn't pay him. And he said he was leaving.
Right.
And he left.
That's going to be
a bunch of sacks.
I think that'll be the main thing that we're going to focus on is the defense. Now, we all know Kirby like to say that it's no specific position that they're going to be focusing on or no specific, side of the ball. But the way we've been playing all season, I definitely believe he will start to look at that defensive side and go in the winter cycle in January and try to get somebody. Man, I'm hoping for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got a guy from Army we paid.
Yeah,
he hasn't really made no difference. Elo Mendoza.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think he's got much snaps, and if he has, hasn't made a difference. Made a difference.
Yeah, I hadn't seen him. I hadn't seen his stats. I hadn't seen what number is he, because I haven't seen the guy. I don't even know what his number is. And normally
we paid him to come to Georgia. He was played at Army. He got a lot of sacks there.
Right.
And we don't even. I feel like we haven't even used him many times.
Right.
He's on the defense. I don't know his position, but I think he's on the line. Somewhere edge rusher or something like that.
Right. Well, if you notice, there has never really been a person that transferred from somewhere else to come to Georgia and really shine like that. Like that rarely happens.
Noah Thomas is. I was hesitant towards Noah Thomas because he made that one mistake last week. He made up for it. He made up for it last week with the touchdown. He's been making up for it with the Mississippi State this week, and I think he's making a difference now that Kobe Young's out. He's not probably as good, but he's probably going to be just as close as Kobe is.
I hope he does. He was the leading receiver at Texas A&M before he came to us. I don't know really why he decided to leave with him being the lead receiver, but I know he had a relationship with Bobo. So I did find that out, which that was, whatever. But at the same time, I don't know if he's going to be as good as Kobe Young, but hopefully he can.
He looks like he's good from how he's been playing, with the Florida game, because that was a tough one, because that was their all the guns in one shot and they blew it. That was the best game right there for Florida. They blew it, and Noah Thomas made up for it with a touchdown or whatever. So, and he made up for it with a touchdown day against Mississippi State.
Right.
So I feel like he's probably close enough, maybe not as good, but he's close enough to Kobe Young. He's the same height. He's not as big, but he's the same height.
Right. Around the same height. Yeah, well, if all fail, we know we got Zach Branch. He's always, come into play, and that's what I love about him.
Zachariah Branch has been. Now you were wrong about that. Zachariah Branch is a paid player.
Right.
He came in from the transfer portal, and we paid him. He has made a difference. He has made a difference.
Well, I didn't speak on him, but I'm just saying, generally, like normally when we get transfers, they don't typically stand out. I think Zach Branch is one of the first ones that really stood out to us out of all of the transfers that we've seen in the last couple of years. Lawrence Cager did.
He's just really good in open space. I mean, he can catch the ball, no problem. But like when there's nobody around him or he's got free space, he can go. Like nobody can stop him.
And I can add in like Lawrence Cager or ETN. They kind of shined a little bit, but for the most part, most of the transfers.
It's not that ETN shined. He was only good for 2 games, and that was Texas and SEC title game versus Texas. That was it. He really wasn't good at anything else.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess I can agree with that. He wasn't like really like a dog out there. He wasn't like a Sony Michel or Nick Chubb
he was good in the games we really needed to be good in.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah.
He didn't really, and those were the SEC title game and the game against Texas, and the defense really did their.
Well, even with him, I was always rooting for Nate Frazier because I felt like Nate Frazier was slightly better than ETN. I know a lot of people gonna criticize him for his.
Well, I didn't know if Nate Frazier was better because I didn't think he was as big as ETN, because ETN was a little bit bigger than he was. But we'll see now that the way Nate Frazier is playing. Hopefully, that will translate to the next game in Texas.
Yeah. Nate Frazier is only going to get better. That's just all to it. I can clearly see it. I mean, he just had some issues with fumbling the ball. I mean, sometimes you just have certain things that you got to work out, and I think that's getting worked out. I think from what we seen from him this past Saturday, this is a good deal. Now we want to see it against Texas, obviously, and we may or may not see, but I just want to see that agility. I want to see that same aggressiveness that I've seen against Mississippi State, and I think we will see that.
I want to see him break tackles like what I saw this Saturday.
Yeah, I like to see that too. But you still got Chauncey Bowen. So my thing is with me, I don't care about a 59-yard touchdown like he did this past weekend. I don't care about that. All I want to see you do is get 4 to 5 yards. You know what I mean? Closer to a first down. That's all that matters to me. I don't care about those long yard touchdowns or nothing like that. That's what we used to seeing. Well, we had it at one point in time, but we don't have that now. So we got to get adjusted to what we have right now, and we don't have guys that can break out for those long yard touchdowns. And I'm content with it right now. I'm comfortable with that. I think a lot of people, they are so used to certain things and they expect it to go a certain way, but now we just don't have those type of running backs. I know a lot of people thought Peanut was one. I've been calling it out from the jump that Peanut is only good on the outside. He's not good up the middle. He's way too small, and that's why every time they try to run him somewhat up the middle, he don't get, he lost up for yards or don't get hardly any yards at all. So, and it's not me being against those running backs. It's more so me just seeing it for what it is,
Yeah.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Somebody else is calling in, man. I appreciate you.
All
right, man. Have a good one.
Call from
Mondo.
Oh my God, Mondo, what the deal is, man?
What's going on, bro? Trying to stay warm, bro. It's about to drop down into the 20s here in Gwinnett, man.
Man, what, man? I swear, man, I was talking to somebody about that earlier today. I say, man, ain't no way it's got this cold this early. Normally, here in Columbia, it normally don't get this cold until like maybe mid-November. So for it to get cold in October, I was like, wow, this is crazy. It might have something to do with that alien that's coming. They've been talking about that alien. That what they call that spaceship or something like that that's headed to Earth, or it might have passed Earth by now. But yeah, man, what's going on with you?
I remember it did this in 2006. A couple of days after Halloween, it dropped down into the 20s.
But
I remember that.
But sometimes it do that, but then it gets back a little, not warm, but it don't be as cold as it is now. And for us, the last couple of years, it hadn't been like cold where I had to wear a jacket out, in October. It's normally probably we call it like a cold little sprout or whatever. And then next thing you know, by mid-November, that's when it really picks up. But it's good for me because I'm comfortable with the cold. I mean, I'm in the house anyway, so What's going on with you, man? What's your thoughts, man, on the Mississippi State? What's your thoughts, man?
Man, that's a lot of people gonna kind of brush it over to the side and say, well, it's Mississippi State. But you got to remember now, Mississippi State had Tennessee on the ropes. They should have beat Texas. They hung with Texas A&M.
Right.
A little longer than they hung in there with us.
Right. I'm
looking at the fact that they loaded the box and we still bullied them. We still ran all over them.
All over.
The line is improving.
And you see how my boy Nate, you see how that aggressiveness he had in this game? Like Nate ran, when he touched the ball, Nate ran like I said, like a runaway slave. I've never seen Nate play like, well, I guess I could say last season, that's when I started making my assumption
in that Clemson game.
In that Clemson game,
he almost broke one.
Yes, but to see him the way he played this past Saturday, if he can do this on the regular, man, Nate Frazier is going to be a dog. Him and Chauncey Bowens, that 1-2 punch, oh my God. Oh my God, I can't, because we miss having that, right? We miss having the Nick Chubb, Sony Michel, that 1-2 punch. We kind of miss having that, and I know that we can't always have that same type of 1-2 punch every single season, but it's about time that we get back to that ground and pound run game, and I think it's happening, man. Honestly, I think it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's starting to happen.
And I like the old Bo Walker when he came in the game. Bo Walker was breaking tackles, man. That kid is hard to bring down.
Bo Walker, yes, sir. He remind me of Dejon. How he's like he's slippery. You know what I mean? Shout out to Chef Cujo, just walked in alive. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. But yeah, man, when I seen him, man, I said, man, he remind me of Dejon Edwards, man. Just he's
and a little bit of No Sean.
And No Sean, yeah. He got the same numbers, No Sean, don't he?
I think so. Yeah,
I think So yeah, man, I see it coming back. I see that RBU coming back, and I'm so excited about that because I didn't know how long it was gonna be before we get that back. But I think that's coming back. What you think about Bama, man? Bama was Bama, man. They looking shaky, man. They only scored what, twice in the second quarter or something like that, man. Hey, look here, man.
Man, I've been saying it all year.
Kicking field goals all over the field. I mean,
I've been saying this all year, man. They gonna need a running game.
They definitely
need. Two things that's working against them. They can't run and they can't stop the run, bro.
Right.
When you start going up against teams with elite secondaries, and you got to get on the ground and run the ball.
Yep.
Like if they see A&M in Atlanta, man, they're gonna have to run the ball because
they got to.
A&M, they got some ball hawks in there.
Right. That's the biggest thing for them. They're gonna have to run the ball, and we know they can't do it. We know they can't do it. You know what I mean? So that's a big thing.
They're gonna have a problem with Auburn, man. They're going to have a problem with Auburn. I don't know about Oklahoma because I don't know what John Mateer, the extent of his injury with his hand. I don't know if he re-injured it or what, or if he's going to be. They had a bye week last week,
right?
So he had an extra week to heal that hand. So
right.
Man, they're gonna need a running game, man, against Oklahoma and all.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up before you said anything too about Oklahoma. Man, they're gonna have a time with Oklahoma. Oklahoma might take them down. I'm just be real with you. I feel Oklahoma got what it take to take them down, man. And that's gonna be big. That's gonna be a big game. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be in Kangaroo Blacks live, because I know he gonna be on the edge of his seat that whole game. You know what I mean? Because what they did this past Saturday, that's unacceptable. You know, that's unacceptable for them to be kicking field goals damn near the whole game. Well, you kicked a field goal in the first quarter, you scored twice in the second, you scored nothing in the third, and then you kicked another field goal in the fourth. So I'm just like, wow, like I really couldn't believe that they played like that.
And I said that, man. Man, look, when they get deeper into the season, man, into the latter part of the season, you got to start putting up points, man, because the way it looked like they peaked early, where everybody else is improving. Like Ole Miss is improving.
Oh yeah,
Oklahoma's improving. We are improving.
Definitely.
Vanderbilt has improved.
Definitely. And
everybody has improved, and it's like Bama is kind of regressing, bro.
Right. That's what it looks like. That's what it looked like. Honestly, yeah, you spot on with that one. Like early on in the season, yeah, they got it together early on in the season, but it looked like for everybody else in the SEC except Florida, everybody else is looking a whole lot better. And that was a pathetic game. Even
Kentucky.
Yeah, even Kentucky. Yep, because they beat up on Florida, man. They beat
the brakes off of Florida. That gave up, bro.
Yeah,
they done gave up.
Yeah, they need to figure it out because that's unacceptable to see the way they played against Kentucky. I was like, oh my God, I'm looking at the game like I ain't never seen nothing like this before. Like I've just never seen Florida play down to this level. And I know a lot of people going to blame what's his name, DJ Lagway, and he did throw a couple of interceptions in that game. I think maybe just 1 or 2, right? I'm not sure if it was more than that.
He was overhyped, bro. He ain't nowhere near. He's a good athlete.
Right,
don't get me wrong,
he is.
But
yeah.
as far as like quarterbacking in
Right.
the SEC, he ain't cut out for that. Bro.
And then when you look at him, he don't even look like he's all the way there. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if it was that first injury. I think we was the ones put him down. If I'm not mistaken, Georgia was the one gave him that injury. I don't know if it was his leg or whatever it was, but he just never seemed to snap back after that. I just feel like maybe it came from the injury, or maybe he just was never a real good quarterback in the beginning. You know what I mean?
I mean, man, I just think, bro, he can't read them SEC defenses. He can't read the SEC defenses, bro, and he don't handle pressure.
Yeah.
He kind of remind me of DeJuan Mathis.
Oh my God, yeah.
Elite athletic talent.
Right.
But as far as like managing the team and being a quarterback, in the SEC, bro, it's just not there.
Right.
It's not there.
And you know what else made me mad this past weekend, man? That goddamn Penn State and Indiana, man. That made me mad, man. I was rooting for damn Penn State, and I said what was like the 30 seconds on the clock or something like that where they scored that touchdown. I say it might have been a little more than that, but I'm not sure. But man, that threw me off right there, man. To see that happen, I thought Penn State had it in the bag. But anything, any given Saturday, anything can happen.
I had a feeling. They was gonna find a way to blow it. But one thing we all found out, bro, Indiana got some weaknesses, bro.
Yes, they do.
And a big weakness is that they have problems stopping the run. Singleton ran all over them, bro.
Yes, they did.
They had no answer for Singleton.
None at all. None. And that's good. That's good. Everybody started to get exposed this part of the season. Everything's starting to show. Everybody's true colors is starting to show. Then you got
they gonna be one and done, man. They're gonna be one and done because I'm gonna tell you how this thing gonna play out, man. I'm gonna tell you exactly how this thing gonna play out. They're gonna go into the Big Ten championship game undefeated. But Ohio State gonna beat their ass so bad.
Gonna beat the brakes off of them.
Ohio State gonna beat their ass by like 3 or 4 touchdowns. So bad to where that committee is gonna they ain't gonna get no bye. That committee gonna bump them down to the first round. They'll host the game. But it don't matter, bro, if they hosting the game, bro. Because one thing about it, man, if they run up against, let's say, Ole Miss, or Vanderbilt,
it's a wrap.
Or us in the first round.
It's a wrap.
They in trouble, man, because they cannot stop the run.
Right.
And that game, that Penn State game, was the first time that they really got tested by a decent. I ain't gonna say Penn State defense is good, but it's decent.
Right.
It's better. Right. Penn State defense to me is better than Oregon's. Oregon defense suspect, bro.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
Look, Iowa should have won that game. Iowa has 0 offense, man. Iowa has one of the worst offenses in college football, bro.
And Oregon and the bad part about it is I thought Oregon was going to be somebody. I thought Oregon was somebody. I thought that Oregon was going, but they turning out like you say, this part of the season is really starting to, everybody is showing their true colors this part of the season, which is a good thing. You know what I mean? Because all of those committee guys that's got that the big 12, it's a lot of alumni in there, and I'm gonna go do my research and I go looking around. You only got one SEC guy in there, you know what I mean? But the rest of them pretty much Big 12, and I'm like, okay, I see what they trying to do. I understand it, but it's not gonna work out for you because the SEC
it ain't gonna work out for them because the teams, the Big 12, it's like crabs in a barrel, bro.
Yeah,
they're like crabs in the barrel. I don't see but maybe one team coming out of there I could see a scenario where BYU getting back to the Big 12 championship game and probably beating Texas Tech. You know what I'm saying? Or Texas Tech handing BYU their second loss.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
And they is not going to put, say if it comes down between Vanderbilt, or 2-loss Vanderbilt, and a 2-loss BYU, or a 2-loss Texas Tech. There's no way in hell that they're going to put a 2-loss non-conference champion in over a 2-loss Vanderbilt with that schedule Vanderbilt had to go through.
Right. But like we say, you know, the strength don't seem to be mattering with this committee. The strength, I mean, of everybody's schedule don't seem like it really matters. I don't know what matters most to them, but it don't seem like the strength does.
Well, you know what does matter? Them ratings.
Yeah. Once they start dropping,
it's bad enough. Your Group of 5 champion is going to have 2 or 3 losses. You have to let one of them in.
Right.
The ACC is garbage. You have to let one of them in, whether it's Georgia Tech, Virginia, or SMU, or Louisville. One of them is getting in, and you know they're gonna be one and done. It's gonna be ugly.
Oh yeah,
they gonna get but whoever it is, they're gonna get the brakes beat off of them in the first round.
Yeah, they're gonna see
Group of 5 teams gonna get the break, huh?
They gonna see that you can't.
You know they don't want to F up their money, bro.
No.
They don't. I know what they want to do, but what they want to do, it ain't gonna. It's gonna hurt them dollars, bro.
Yeah, it's
gonna hurt them dollars.
Like you say, them ratings. Ain't nobody gonna be watching those games, man. Ain't nobody gonna be sitting. Come on, man, watching them pity pat games, man. You got to have the SEC up in there, man. I understand. We don't look as dominant as we once looked. Or
we draw ratings, man.
But we draw ratings. Yeah. People are coming to watch teams like Georgia, Alabama, you know, so that's just what it is. You know what I mean? But I know but back to Georgia though, because you know, I'm really seriously ready for January, man, for that cycle to open, that window to open up, man. I'm so ready for that, you know, and I can't wait. I just can't wait, and I've been talking about this for a while. I think that Georgia did fairly well as far as the defense. They did fairly well this past Saturday, but I still feel like there's some key pieces missing. But I did see a lot of C.J. Allen. I did see a lot of Raylan Wilson. Then you know you got what's his name that sacked old boy. What is his name?
Gabe Harris.
Gabe Harris. So
you know what I think his problem is? Major.
What's that?
I think he just needs to shed maybe 10 to 15 pounds, or maybe 20. If he can just slim down a little bit, he can get the quarterback because he got some speed, man. It's just that weight makes him maybe a step late, a little step too. Because I was watching him in the Ole Miss game, man. There was like, man, I count 5 times where he almost got Chambliss. He got the speed and the potential, bro, because he gets penetration. That's one thing I can't say about him. But I think because what's hindering him is he's a little overweight.
Yeah.
To be a speed rusher.
Yeah. 225 girl said that TCU affect the committee doesn't want that again. Nah, they definitely don't want that.
Man, they don't know. No, they don't want that again, man. Or what happened in the Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
When we did Florida State. They don't want that mess no more, man. And what Penn State did to SMU last year. They don't want that again, man.
Right. That was
embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
That was embarrassing, man.
Yep. And that's why they trying their hardest to keep us out. It seemed like it might. Well, at least Georgia. They definitely don't want to see Georgia in there. You know, they always going to give Bama the benefit of the doubt, you know.
Well, see, the thing is, I'm not looking at it like that, Major, because Georgia draws money.
Right.
I don't know if you've been paying attention or not, man, but Georgia is slowly, under our noses, Georgia is slowly becoming the new America's team of college football. Look at all these commercials, man.
Why
You got the woman, the boss lady, and the dude barking at her. You know what I'm saying? You got Harry the dog in about several commercials.
Yeah,
Then you got people talking about Georgia in the on General Hospital. Yeah, man, I was watching GH with my old lady now, and one of them dudes had the Georgia gear. I'm like, damn, man, Georgia, you America's team.
Man, we got to keep it going. We got to keep it rolling, man. Got to keep it rolling. How you feel about? Because I've been meaning to ask you this. How you feel about Jaden Wade, man? How you feel about that whole situation? You know, because I know Mike Bobo was saying that he wanted him. But, you know, what you think about that? Because I know a lot of people in the couple of people in my comment section wasn't feeling it, you know. So what you think?
Jaden Wade, okay, now bring me up to speed on that. Is he a quarterback?
Yeah, he a quarterback, 5-star number 1 prospect of the class of 2028. So I seen the article. Well,
and Bobo was trying to get him.
That's what I heard. That's what I saw. I don't know if it was Dog Nation or what it was on, but it said Bobo said that he wanted him. Dog Nation was there talking to him after one of his games, so they definitely are recruiting him. Because if you know, Dog Nation ain't gonna be at no game like that interviewing him unless they actually out there recruiting. So, but they did say. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't see Bobo being here that long because at the rate that the year that he's having, man, if this offense keeps up at this pace, man, with all of these job openings, man, don't be surprised if Mike Bobo get a phone call, bro.
Yeah,
I think he'll get a call way before Schumer will.
Oh, definitely. I don't think Schumer gonna get. Well, I can't say that. I'll take that back.
Yeah, man. Because if that defense come out there looking against Texas and Georgia Tech the way they did against Mississippi State, but I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Third down has been our problem,
biggest
most of
issue.
The season. But if you've been paying attention from ever since the fourth quarter at that Ole Miss game. That third down problem been kind of been solved, bro.
Yeah,
we've been getting off the field on third down.
Yeah, they definitely trying to clean it up, and I'm comfortable with that. The fact that you are trying to get better with it, you trying to put the right pieces in the right place. I get that, you know what I'm saying, but. I still don't feel like he can do well. I don't know, man. If you got the right guys in the right place, I still feel like he could do it. But it's just that this whole season we've been just so frustrated with, you know, on third down, not getting off the field on third down. You know what I mean? So, like you said, it's starting to look like it's getting a little better with that. And as long as we making progress, I'm comfortable with it. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm gonna get in your ass when you ain't doing right. I don't give a damn what nobody say. I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna talk my talk. If you ain't doing right, yeah, you know, week to week we got to get better week to week. But at the same time, you know, if you ain't, we pride our team on a defense. But we talk about when you talk about Georgia, you talk about Georgia's defense. You know what I mean? But to see like you, I quoted you in your live, like you said, I have never been on the edge of my seats watching the Georgia Bulldogs defense. I never, it might have been on the offense side of the ball. I might have been like, oh, here we go. But when it comes to the defense, we just knew we was going to either get the ball back, you know what I'm saying? Like, we knew the defense was going to come to play, but this season it's been like, you know, a little iffy. So hopefully things is getting better, you know, because we still got Texas and Georgia Tech. So hopefully things does get better with that, man.
Well, I think it was two things that hurt us this year. Number one, the secondary is young. Dalen Everett didn't really start gelling until like the Texas game last year. Remember before the Texas game last year, man, Dalen Everett was
right.
Man, he was shaky. He was shaky. Daniel Harris, I don't really think there's no hope for him. I'm just saying.
No.
I see improvement from Ellis Robinson,
right?
Damani Jones, if he can stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, he will be a beast out there in that secondary.
Right.
But I think the secondary is going to be better next year because there'll be more experience. Bolden to be a junior, so he's going to be the leader on the back end for that defense. The interior defense, I'm not really worried about them. I think we stacked on the interior defense. But as far as like going into the transfer portal on the defensive side, I would like to go in there and get a couple of DBs.
Okay.
Like what we did the year we won the national title.
So you think we good on a
Kendrick?
Yeah, Kendrick. Yeah, from Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you don't think the defensive line need a little touch up? You don't feel like that?
I think they're young. I think they're young.
Okay.
And if you've been paying attention, as the season went along, the defensive line has gotten a little bit. The D line is not really the issue. It's the pass rushers.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the defensive end, the
That's
outside linebacker.
Right.
They weren't getting home until maybe like the second. I think until maybe like the second half of the Ole Miss game is when our pass rush started waking up, because we was getting out the Lagway.
Yeah,
in that Florida game, we was putting some pressure on his ass.
Mm-hmm. And you can't do nothing with pressure on him, so that just made it all. I don't think no quarterback gonna do when you got pressure on you. Ain't too many quarterbacks that's just gonna, it's a few of them. Because I know, I ain't gonna lie, that damn Ty Simpson was making some plays, under pressure. So he's definitely, in my opinion, he's definitely one of I don't know if I want to say one of the best quarterbacks in college football right now, but he's decent. He's a decent quarterback. I can't take nothing from him when it comes to that. But
he has a quick release. He has a quick, two things helping him out, Major. He has a quick release, and he has 3 elite receivers to throw to. They just call it for what it is. Horton, Bernard, and Williams. All 3 of them gonna be playing on
Williams. Sunday. Oh yeah, definitely. Well, we know we got one guy that'll be playing on Sundays, and that's that damn Zachariah Branch. He gonna be probably a slot guy, but he definitely gonna be playing on Sunday. You know what I mean?
I think Dylan Bell gonna be a steal. Dylan Bell, kind of like what Hartman was a steal for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
I think the thing with Dylan Bell, you can use him for so many things. He's a Swiss Army knife. You can use him as a running back, as a receiver. You can use him for so many things.
Right.
And a GM is gonna love that, and he's gonna get drafted. I'm gonna tell you like this: Dylan Bell gonna get drafted.
That was
Zach gonna go in the first round.
Oh,
but
yeah,
Dylan Bell,
Zach,
I say he'll go somewhere in the second round. London Humphreys, because he's dependable.
Right.
He's like that Julian Edelman type. He's dependable. You throw the ball to him, bro, he gonna catch it.
Right. Yeah, man. I hope all those guys do well. You know what I mean? But Noah
got another year, don't he?
Yeah, Noah got another year. Yeah, he definitely got another year.
Yeah, he coming back.
So
he coming back, man. They gonna figure out a way to get Kobe Young another year eligibility. You saying he done? I'm telling you, man. They gonna Kirby them. They gonna figure out a way to get him back to Athens for another season.
They better figure something out. You know what I mean? You still got, but because C.J. Wiley, them, all of those guys are still too young. Taylor Taylor, they still too young. So you gotta have a veteran, on that offense side of the ball. You know what I mean?
And Elias Williams, man, I don't know if I would use him as a tight end, man. I would use him kind of like how. Remember how Miami, the old Miami back in the remember how they used to use Kellen Winslow Jr.? They would line him up in the star and send him out as a receiver, and then sometimes they would line him up as a tight end. Right.
Yeah,
Florida did that with Aaron Hernandez too, bro.
Right.
They used him as a tight end / wide receiver.
Right. They could now. You know what I'm saying? They could do that. I mean, if he lost some weight, he could be a wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? If he lost a little bit of weight, man, 6'7", man, going up there grabbing catches and that type of shit right there is what I love. When it comes to a wide receiver, tight end, whatever, go up there and make the catch. And that's what I think Noah Thomas lacks a little bit too. Let's see what Cujo said. Kobe is.
I like what Chef Cujo said. Cam, I heard that too. Major.
What's that? Kobe
I heard that too. I really didn't want to mention it today on my show earlier because I wanted to get a little bit more details and a little bit more confirmation.
That's
but
why
I have been hearing that Cam Coleman wants to come to Georgia.
Yeah, that's what I heard people calling for it, but I didn't want to speak about it either until I got, I got a little more intel because I was like, I don't know if it's any truth in it or whatever, but I definitely start digging to see if it's any type of truth in it or whatever the case may be. If he talking,
and Dallas Wilson.
Dallas Wilson. Now who is the? I
yes,
don't know.
Sir.
Dallas Wilson. Now who is Dallas Wilson?
Dallas Wilson is that receiver, that true freshman receiver, that Florida guy, man, the one that was killing Texas.
Okay, I didn't know that's what his name was.
He was tearing Texas secondary up, bro. They didn't have no answer for him.
Well, Kirby got to get on this. He got to get on the job. I mean, we got to get at least 2 wide receivers out the transfer portal, at least 2 of them. You know what I mean? Because you don't know. You don't know how the new guys are going to turn out. You know what I mean? So we got to have at least 2 guys, especially with Kobe Young if he don't come back. Noah Thomas probably will come back, but I still think you would need 2 more guys. Zach will be gone after this season, I think. No, I don't know. Will Zach leave after this season?
Man, he's like number 3 receiver on Kuiper's board. He was 5 2 weeks ago, bro. They bumped him up to 3.
Yeah, he on his way out the door. Probably already got his bag
man, I
packed.
think he gone, man.
Man. Then Dylan Bell gone. London Humphreys, I think he'll be gone.
Humphreys gone, bro. He got played on tape.
Yeah, so
get drafted.
So they definitely gonna have to get at least 2 guys. Delp, yeah, he's out of there.
Delp gone.
Yep.
Delp gone, bro.
He's out of there. So I you know what I haven't been seeing the guy the tight end what is his name, man? He had a big name coming in too. Highly recruited too. Is it Terrell? Not Terrell. It's something, man. He's a tight end, man. But that all eyes is on what's his name? Williams. All eyes is Elias Williams. Yeah, all eyes is on him. But it was another guy that came
I know who
in.
you're talking about, man. Remember, he got injured. He was getting a lot of playing time. He got injured against Austin Peay.
Oh, okay.
On that goal line play, remember?
Yeah. And yeah. That's, you know what? I was thinking in my head too. I saw him on the field, but I just can't remember what game it was. But
Austin Peay, because you did a live. And I was in your chat when the play happened.
Ethan Barber.
Ethan Barber. Man, that's what I'm saying, bro. We gonna be straight.
We're gonna be straight. And I've been stressing it so much this season too. That 2026 season, boy, people better look out for that 26 season, man.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
Problem. We're gonna be a serious problem in 2026. But I'm gonna tell you like this, Major. If we mess around and get in, I got a feeling we gonna beat Texas, man. I mean, I ain't at 100% sure,
right?
But I'm right around 80, but 85, 90. But if we get in the playoffs and get a first round, I ain't saying a first round bye, but get a first round home game, and we get, hey, look, man. You ain't coming to Athens winning no playoff game in our house.
No,
we get in there, man. We gonna make some noise in that playoff, bro. We are not gonna be one and done. That what happened last year ain't happening this year.
Right.
I ain't saying we gonna win it, Major, but we gonna make some noise this year.
Right. Just like Chef Cujo said too. Jaden Riddell, he was highly recruited too. That tight end, Jaden Riddell. They was talking about him too coming in, but I haven't seen much from him either. So
I think he got nicked up in that I think the Tennessee game. I ain't seen him since the Tennessee game, bro.
But I think with Ethan and Elisis, with them 2 guys there alone, man, we'll be good, man. We'll be all right. You know what I mean?
And the thing with Ethan Ethan got speed like
he do got some speed on him.
19.
Like you talking about Brock Bowers?
Yeah, man. He that type of player, man. You throw the ball to him like
Yeah.
a 15-yard crossing route to him, man. He'll turn that in. He'll take that to the house. He got speed like that, bro.
I think we'll be all right, even with just those two. Even if Jaden Riddell, does if he's injured, which I hadn't seen him on the injured list, but I don't know. Maybe they just putting out the starters but normally they put everybody. But I hadn't seen Jaden Riddell on it. But even with Ethan Barbaro and Ulysses or whatever, and bring on two guys out of that transfer portal, I think this offense is gonna be off the chain. Like it might be more explosive than what we think. You know what I mean? Because everybody's getting it right now. Gunner is getting all the experience that he need. Which we know he's gonna come back, obviously. So Gunner is.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure about it. I'm sure about that. I'm sure Gunner is coming back. Kirby ain't letting Gunner go.
I'm gonna tell you why I ain't so sure, Major. I'm gonna tell you exactly why I ain't so sure.
Why is that?
At the start of the year, it looked like the quarterback class of this year was gonna be deep. But a lot of these quarterbacks that we thought was gonna be good or were gonna come out early,
right?
Like Arch, we know he ain't coming out.
Arch, early. Yeah.
That dude up there at Clemson, I think he'll be a late round.
Damn, what is his name? I can't think of his name right off head either.
Cade Cupnick. He gonna be a late rounder. Drew Aller had an ACL injury. He definitely gonna be a late rounder. Lagway. Lagway, I think he coming back. He looking in transfer. He ain't even going in a draft.
Yeah.
So the only elite quarterbacks that's coming out that's actually gonna come out is Chambliss.
Yeah.
Simpson.
I know for a fact. Yeah, Chambliss coming out. Yeah.
Mendoza,
yeah. Who else? They question, bro. Yeah, because they still
Marcel Reed a sophomore. He's a sophomore.
What about Lenore Sellers? He might Lenore Sellers.
That dude going in the 6th or the 7th round. But he
can
run. All he can do is run. You can use him on online plays.
Yeah, that's it. That's what he best at is running. You know what I'm saying? But he
a
hell of a
turnover
runner.
Machine, man. He turned the damn ball over too much.
It's all gravy. Said Gunner would be crazy not to come back. Why you say that?
I'm telling you, I'm telling y'all, man. A lot of quarterbacks that we thought was going to go in the first round, they fell by the wayside, man. Gunner's numbers are up there. His passing rating and everything. He don't make no mistake. I'm telling you, man. They are blowing him up on ESPN, bro. They are blowing him up. They are blowing Gunner up on ESPN.
Yeah, I mean, he doing all the right things, to be honest with you.
Yeah, man. I'm just saying, man. Don't just assume he coming back, man.
The man only got 2 interceptions on the season. Like, you can't find too many quarterbacks out there that only turned the ball over twice like that. You know what I mean?
In the SEC.
Yeah.
Playing a tough SEC schedule.
Right. So he's
and
handling
only 2
it.
interceptions.
He's handling it, and that's what I think I've always seen in Gunner, that he was just a good manager. I just always wanted him to be more explosive. But when you think about it, you don't need him to be explosive. You know what I mean? Like you just don't. But you need a good defense also. You know what I mean? So I always felt like you can have a mediocre quarterback and still win a national championship. That's just my opinion. Not, you got to be decent. You know what I mean? But still, I feel like as long as your defense is good and you have a decent quarterback, decent running backs, I think you'll be good regardless. It's all gravy. Said this only his first start. He not ready for the NFL. Okay.
Matt Jones only started 1 year.
Oh, he did.
And remember 2020.
Well, he was
the
balling,
only
though.
year Matt Jones was the starter. Remember 2019, Tua came into the season as the starter.
Damn, Cujo wait a minute. Cujo done skipped every damn body. Cujo said Gunner would be a good mentor for Curtis. God damn, you done skipped
Hey, I would love for Gunner to come back, but I'm telling y'all, man, don't be surprised, man, because it's wide open now. Drew Aller, ACL injury, Lenore Sellers, garbage, Cade Klubnik, garbage. Who else they hyped up, man? All them damn quarterbacks they hyped up, man. Archie Manning coming back. Lagway coming back.
Sellers coming back.
Yeah,
it's a couple of them coming back.
Julian Sand is a freshman. He got to come back.
Yeah.
The other dude, Nesmeyer, he ain't, man. Come on, man. Nesmeyer gonna be a fourth or fifth round pick, man.
Chef Cujo said Carson Beck.
Carson Beck ain't getting picked he ain't going no higher than the third round. I guarantee you, he ain't going no higher than the third round.
Yeah.
Garner, I'm telling you, man, they gonna pull up that SEC championship game where he came in last year. He did. We lost to Notre Dame, but Gunner made some good throws in that Notre Dame game.
Yeah,
and then they're gonna pull up this year's tape.
Right.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, bro. Don't be surprised, bro. He enter in the draft, bro. That's why I think he ain't really sweating no NIL money this year, bro.
Okay. Well, I can see, when you break it down like that, I can see that, he ain't tripping about no NIL because he like, if I show out this season or at least do what I need to do, I'll be good. Mario.
All it takes is 1 year, Major. Remember Dwayne Haskins did it at Ohio State. He came in there that year after
Dwayne Haskins,
that year after Fields left. He came in there and balled out.
Mario Brewster, shout out to Mario Brewster for walking off in the line. Hey man, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. He said Gunner for president. I don't know about all of that, but
I don't know about all that, man.
Yeah, he's doing it. He's just getting Gunner's just getting the job done. Me personally, I think that he's a blend. I think he reminds me somewhat of Jake Fromm. He's like Jake Fromm. Like,
man, he better than Jake Fromm.
Only thing that in my opinion,
don't insult that man.
Look, the only thing that I think that he got better than Jake Fromm is the fact that he's a little bit mobile and he's not turning the ball over. That's my only thing. I think that what else do he do very well?
In clutch.
In clutch. Yeah, I get that.
Clutch. He is that right there, man, is something else that the GMs are going to look at also, Major.
Yeah,
these comebacks.
Yeah.
You got to put some respect. You got to put some respect on these. The throws that throw he made against Tennessee, bro. Jake Fromm, Carson Beck. The only one that I think that probably could have made that same throw, is probably JT Daniels.
I don't know
or Aaron Murray.
I don't know because Jake Fromm was hell with them back shoulder throws now. Hey,
man, not in the clutch. When we up by 2 touchdowns, Jake Fromm looked like Joe Montana. But I'm talking about if we down by 2 or 3 touchdowns, man, like that LSU in 2018 and then SEC championship game against LSU.
No comeback.
Jake Fromm is not that quarter. He's a front runner, just like Carson Beck.
Yeah.
They good. They hell when you up by 2 or 3 touchdowns, but get down 2 or 3 touchdowns, bro. You need your quarterback to be clutch. The only clutch QBs we've had,
right,
that we've had under Kirby was
Stetson Bennett,
and Garner. Now that's it.
Mm-hmm. And both are mobile, so I think that's the edge that they really have on them. They mobile. Now they probably do a few other things differently, obviously, but at the same time, I think the biggest thing is the fact that they are mobile and they can scramble if they have to instead of sitting in the pocket and taking sacks. I think Mario said Gunner only got 1 on the season. I think he got 2. Actually, 2 interceptions on the
he got 2, but one of them. I see what Mario did. Mario really, the second one was not on him. Noah Thomas, man, should have caught that.
Oh yeah.
That was a tip interception. Interceptions, man. You know what, Major? They shouldn't count those.
No,
those should not be counted as interceptions.
Carson would have made the throw, but it wouldn't have been it would have been an interception.
It would have been an INT. You damn right, 225, girl. It would have been an INT.
And I was over here. I was a big fan of dude, but I once I see that once I see your transition to another program and you doing the same thing, I'm like, okay, well, it is what it is. You gone. I'm gonna let you go.
Against lesser competition.
Against lesser competition too. Yeah,
that's the thing.
And got talent. Got a whole lot of talent on your team as well.
Got two elite receivers. Got C.J. Daniels transferred from LSU to go play with Carson Beck.
Right. Well, guess what?
And you got Ja'Cory Tony.
Well, guess what? Carson Beck ain't throw no interception this past weekend. So he said, "Hell with y'all." He stepping his game up. But it's gonna get. I don't know.
We'll see when they go to. We'll see when they go to Pitt, and when they go to Charlottesville. Them last 2 weeks. That's what I want to see.
Charlottesville and Pitt. When they go to, you said Charlottesville and when they Pitt.
When they go play Virginia, when they go play Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Virginia or Virginia Tech, one of the two.
Well, we'll see. Carson said, I ain't throwing no more damn minutes. I'm sick of y'all still talking about me, and I ain't even a Georgia Bulldog.
Well, Carson, man, we ain't that. Look, man, it's other people. Miami. I'm listening to Miami podcasters throwing him under the bus.
Oh yeah. They ready to get rid of him?
Huh?
Are they ready to get rid of him, or they riding with him?
They kicking themselves. They saying they should, because Mendoza wanted to go to Miami. That was Miami was Mendoza's first choice, but they wanted Carson. They threw the bag at Carson.
Wow. Yep. I want to old Michigan, man. They spent that $10 million. I think they said they spent over $10 million on Bryce Underwood. I ain't really been keeping up with Michigan, man, but you have you been keeping up any with Michigan? Michigan's
still in it, brother.
Okay.
They ain't got but 2 losses, bro. They still in it like Vandy and Oklahoma, them, bro. And USC. Michigan is still in it. Believe it or not.
I ain't been really because I really like that quarterback they had. I don't know how's he doing. I ain't really watched no games this season. So
he just don't have no weapons, man.
That's what it is.
Put some weapons around. What they need to do is Michigan need to go in the portal. Sharon Moore should have went in the portal and got that boy some damn receivers. He should have got him some weapons. He don't really have no with them dudes dropping balls and stuff, man.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they had some elite receivers? Let's just say if they would have got Eric Singleton up there in Michigan.
Well,
Eric Singleton would have been the number one, would have been the go-to guy,
right,
along with Justice Haynes. That man.
Yeah, you can't do nothing with if you ain't got no weapons around you, man. I mean, no matter you can be
here. I don't give a damn. You get good Tom Brady,
right?
Back there. You got to have some weapons, man. Somebody to throw the ball to.
Well, all I can say is, man, I'm a hope and pray that we do we handle business against Texas. That's all I can say. We'll see. Yeah, we got to handle business. It ain't got to be flashy. We this is not the season for all that. I think most of us is coming to an understanding now that this team is not gonna be flashy. And hell, ain't a lot of SEC teams flashy this season. So I just want to see us handle business.
We weren't flashy in 21 or 22. We weren't flashy. Bama was flashy. Oregon was flashy. USC was flashy that year. But we were not flashy. We were like fundamental football, like what we doing right now.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I like Stetson. Stetson with ball out. You know what I mean? Somebody said, let me on live, bro. Now you got to call in, man. You got to call in to tap in. But I'm about to get up out of this thing, man. I appreciate you always, Mundo, for calling in, man, because everybody else like 225 girl, it's all gravy. Chef Cujo, y'all be scared to call in. I already know.
225 girl gonna hit you up one. She gonna surprise you one day and pull up.
Yeah, they be scared to pull up on me. But Mario, man, just next time, man, we'll kick it next time. But what she said, Kirby? Yeah, but I'm about to get ready to get out of here. I appreciate you, man, for jumping in and having that talk, man.
All right, man. You be easy, man.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right, bro. Go Dogs, man.
Go Dogs. Yeah, yeah, talking about you at work and all these excuses. All these excuses. Do y'all think Ohio some frauds? I think I don't know. Until you play a SEC team, bro, I don't think nothing of you as much. Until you play an SEC defense, I don't think much of you. I'll call in next live. Yeah, you got to do that, bro. You got to call in and chop it up with the kid, man. But yeah, man, rest of y'all, man, be scared and peeking in. Some of them, especially the one that be peeking in. But man, make sure y'all hit that like button too, man. I greatly appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And if you a subscriber, man, you could also donate to the channel. You can help the doghouse out by donating. You know what I mean? I don't think they call it a super chat no more. I think they call it like a super thanks or something like that. Hit me with a super thanks. You know what I mean? Or a cash app. You know, I got it right up on the screen if y'all want to do that. They are a good team, but I can't take their competition level seriously. LOL. Yeah, I can't take you seriously unless you run up against a team like Georgia. That's the only time I really take any Big 12, Big 10 team serious. I can't take them serious. You got to play an SEC team, man. That's just all to it when it comes down to it. But man, I appreciate all of y'all for jumping in the live, having that Monday night dog talk. You know what I'm saying? That Monday night, then we're gonna do this every Monday too, Mario. So you know, just tune in. You already know I go live on Saturdays. You know what I mean? Drop a video. You know what I'm saying? And then on Mondays we're gonna do this dog talk radio. And yeah, man, y'all stay tuned for more from the Doghouse. You already know I'm your host Major, and we out, man. Y'all be easy.